Here are the EV models eligible for the new tax credits up to $7,500 as of April 18th. The Treasury Department has revealed which cars will be eligible for the new electric vehicle tax credits, and it has changed. Fewer models are now eligible for the new subsidy than in previous years, but some of the most well-known EVs still qualify according to the Monday announcement. Under the new rule, consumers can get up to $7,500 of tax credits on eligible vehicles, and there is no limit to the number of EVs automakers can sell with tax credits as long as those vehicles meet the requirements. This is a change from the previous rule, which capped the number of vehicles that could be sold with the tax incentives. 16 new models and some of their variations are eligible for all or half of the new tax credit, while 9 models, mostly foreign-made vehicles, are no longer eligible. I'll tell you which cars, but first I want to remind you to subscribe and click that little bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. We give you more than car reviews and first looks of new vehicles. We give you car smarts because knowledge is power. Most of the eligible cars are made by the big 3 EV automakers in the US, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, plus Tesla. 20 cars are eligible as of today, and here are the vehicles on the current list, which includes mostly Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, Jeep, and Tesla EVs, and a few hybrids. Some of these are to be expected, but what about the other electric vehicles that don't qualify for the new tax credit? There are 9 models, mostly from Hyundai, Kia, Toyota, Nissan, and others, that do not qualify for the new tax credit. However, that could change in the coming months and years as some of these brands are building factories in the US, and not just to assemble the vehicles, but also building battery plants. It's important to note that there is a separate tax credit that applies to used EVs and doesn't carry such stringent requirements on battery content or manufacturing. Used EVs qualify for less of an overall tax credit, but also come with certain income requirements. Similarly, leased vehicles can also qualify for that $7,500 tax credit without some of the strict rules about the car's batteries and final assembly, meaning consumers who want more choice on which model to drive could settle for leasing instead of buying outright. The list of eligible new and used EVs will be constantly updated at fueleconomy.gov. The new Treasury rule on electric vehicles comes from the Inflation Reduction Act, the climate and clean energy rule that passed in Congress last year. The rules were written in a way to help move the supply chain from critical minerals needed for these, like electric vehicle batteries, solar panels, and similar rechargeable batteries, away from China. There are 2 major requirements the automakers need to meet if they want their electric vehicle to be eligible for that $7,500 tax credit: a critical mineral requirement and a battery component requirement, which are each worth $3,750, totaling $7,500. The critical mineral required mandates a certain percentage of the critical minerals that power electric batteries, such as cobalt, lithium, nickel, graphite, and copper, must be extracted or processed in the United States or a country that has a free trade agreement with us, which does not include China. But China currently owns over 80% of those mines globally. Some minerals can be recycled in North America. Redwood Materials is working on that with some success. The tax credits are also based on the required mandates that a certain percentage of the battery components must be manufactured or assembled in North America. Importantly, these requirements will ramp up in several years. With critical minerals, that percentage will start to grow. It will start at 40% in 2023 and ramps up each year to 80% by 2027. For battery components, the percentage will start at 50% and ramp up to 90% by 2028. And this will limit the vehicles that are eligible. Administration officials and experts agree that the rules are incredibly complicated to implement in a very short time frame. Over the last few months, car manufacturers have seen a wave of announcements from car companies that are moving their EV and battery production and factories to the US and neighboring countries. This is good, as it will lead to more jobs. What is important to note is that even officials say to move the supply chain of critical battery materials to North America is a serious issue. This includes mining and refining, which will mostly be a difficult aspect to change. China has a tight grip on the current supply chain of auto components and battery materials, and the U.S. has just a few lithium mines located in Nevada. Companies are vying to start mining lithium around California's Salton Sea, though no commercial operations have started just yet. The reason we don't mine cobalt and other minerals here in the US is due to environmental issues. And some car manufacturers are getting their $7,500 tax credit and passing it along to their customers. And this can also happen through a lease, but it does not apply to a purchase. Please do your research on the government website and with the brand before you decide on which electric vehicle is right for you. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you have any questions or comments, and I'm sure you will, I'll be happy to answer them. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee. The link for that is in the description, plus all the links for our website, social media, book, and our podcast. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.